Check us out. We are live as we speak, and we'll make sure that your comments and your concerns are all raised as we continue to do radio according to you. Tami Ngubeni is happy to be alive after her life was threatened. So this was delivered on Metro FM just the other day. In a recent interview on Metro FM, Tami Ngubeni revealed that she was hijacked and robbed of all her material belongings. The radio host shared that while she lost her belongings, she was happy to be alive. As she revealed, she was happy to be alive. It's very fortunate that we still have it because of the things that are happening these days and how bad things can get in the interim. Taking to her timeline on Twitter, the radio presenter recounted her experience, which took place last week. She says, I was hijacked, kidnapped. They took everything material, but they did not take my life. I give God the glory, faithful God, a God who fights my battles for me, my God who saved me from the jaws of the lion. Hallelujah. In a story told by Siam Hlongo, Tami Ngubeni shared that she was held hostage by individuals who wanted to keep her until they cleaned out her bank accounts before they would eventually let her go. The public figure further expressed that she is grateful to have come out of the situation alive. This comes as many kidnappings can sometimes take a turn for the worst. In addition to the radio host seeming to have grown even stronger in her faith, as she thanked God for protecting her in her dangerous situation. The radio host's kidnapping comes after a series of kidnappings have taken place in South Africa over the last few months. Luckily, in most of these cases, the individuals have come back home unharmed. According to Times Live, media personality Pamela Mtanga faced a similar situation. The public figure shared that she and her assistant were being followed by a car that increased its speed whenever the car increased its speed. Mtanga and her assistant were ultimately safe after being able to hide behind a Kia at a KFC to get away from these people who were accosting them. It seems to be dangerous times for those people who are not really paying attention, but also it's just an assault and also a reality check on where we stand, Mzansi, as far as the crime statistics are concerned and the kind of violent crimes that are happening where people are being abducted, put into trunks of cars, etc. This cannot be the way to continue for us to go. Manchester United's controversial owners, the Glazer family, have finally decided to listen to the offers for the club after 17 years of controversial ownership. The Florida-based owners bought United in 2005 in a deal which set them back £790 million. But the club are without a Premier League title since 2013 when Sir Alex Ferguson left their reign and had been dogged by a series of fan protests. Indeed, their ownership has been severely criticized over the years, with clubs' on-field performance not matched by their profitability of it. And on the day that the club tore up the contract of controversial superstar Cristiano Ronaldo, it can be revealed that the Glazers are finally up to sell. And the news that the channels reveals is that the Glazers are prepared to formally announce that their intention to examine potential sources inside and outside investments for their first instance. However, it is believed it could lead to a full-blown auction of arguably the world's most famous club. Sources have told Sky News that the investment bankers are being instructed by United's owners to advise on the sale process that could lead to part of full-scale sale of the club. News from the Western Cape. One sign is for a cocaine drop-off point that operates from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on weekdays. And while on the sign, the driver asked it giving away on incoming drug dealers. So what is this? Well, a Cape Town man has put up a satirical road signs to expose drug dealers in the area. According to a publication, the man, who prefers to remain anonymous, put away the signs as a way to deter illegal activities which have been rife in the suburb. The man came up with the idea of watching a YouTube video about a similar protest in Tower Hamlets in London. There was a lot of complaining, but it becomes background noise, and it doesn't achieve much, said the man. Using humor is very South African, and I thought it was a way of letting dealers know we're watching you, even if the police aren't. Earlier this month, 8 suspects allegedly linked to an international cocaine smuggling network between South Africa and Brazil were expected to face drug smuggling charges in the Bellville Magistrates Court after handing themselves over to authorities. They are arrested during an ongoing investigation by the Hawks, Australian Federal Police, and the FBI that followed a 400 million rand cocaine bust on a highway in the Gauteng last year. The driver of a bakkie towing a ski boat was pulled over on the N1 in Pretoria on June the 2nd, 2021. A search revealed 805 kilograms of cocaine hidden in the boat's hull. Tuli Pongolo has added her voice to the ban on pit bulls as pets. Taking to her Twitter timeline, the actress and DJ joined a long list of people calling for the banning of the dogs after multiple deadly attacks across the country. Pit bulls are a no-no. I'm so glad people are taking the stand against having them as pets. My ex had 3, and it was always terrifying being around them alone, especially if they weren't yet fed or fed at regular time. They go wild. They are not safe. RIP to the young souls who lost their lives. In her comment section, the followers had mixed reactions. I'm glad I have 2 of them, and knowing that they are most lovable dogs ever, they make perfect house pets, and I absolutely adore children and people. They love cuddles, kisses, and playing. My 2 are absolutely amazing and won't give them up for anything in the world, one said. It was reported that the National Council of Societies for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals said it received a number of pit bull surrenders. The council said it had established that people were acquiring pit bulls for the wrong reasons, mostly for the protection and as a weapon or the status of a status symbol. The NSPCA can confirm that the SPCAs around the country have been receiving a number of pit bull surrenders. We are sure that other animal welfare organizations might also be receiving pit bull surrenders, said the NSPCA. Johannesburg Mayor Mpho Phalatse is facing a motion of no confidence again. This is interesting. She is facing a vote of no confidence again. That after the courts returned to her position following the ousting in September, the ANC managed to garner enough votes to win the city, but it's unclear the EFF will side with on Wednesday. It's a business as usual. Phalatse it's business as usual for Phalatse. However, she will be unpacking the city's finances and outlining her next move in the city. The South African National Energy Association says the country is in trouble. It says government needs to urgently come up with the money to buy diesel. Eskom warned last week that it was running out of money to buy diesel and that often that keeps the lights on. The cash-strapped power utility has ramped up blackouts due to low diesel reserves and breakdowns. Meanwhile, Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan has urged Treasury to release funds so that the city's utility could procure more diesel. Without the diesel, we're talking about 2 levels of load shedding and Sania's Etienne's rubbers. This limits the flexibility that we have in the city grid. We need to find money to buy diesel. We need support and assistance. We need a private sector to invest in the electricity economy. The South African Human Rights Commission will take the economic freedom fighters leader Julius Malema to the Equality Court on words. The commission wants to make an urgent application for an interdict regarding comments that Malema made. The commission hoped that Malema would retract his statement that it said constituted incitement of violence and hate speech. The SA Human Rights Commission, Malema is working on 10 days to apologize for his remarks, but he refused. Why did Mandela take up a gun? He took up a gun because of the revolution and had reached a point where there was no other alternative but to kill. This is one of Julius Malema's utterances that has the South African Human Rights Commission ready to take him to Equality Court. Still in politics, as we continue to find out what is happening in that side of the world, The Zweli Mkhize campaign has not given up its ambition of seeing the former health minister emerge ANC president at the NASREC in December. This is despite the ANC yesterday announcing branch nominations resulted, which showed incumbent party president Cyril Ramaphosa enjoying more than double the numbers received by his rival. Ramaphosa was nominated with 2,037 branches, while Mkhize was nominated by 916. Mkhize's campaign insiders say they have expected Ramaphosa to toll about 60% of the branch nominations and Mkhize to get about 35%. The balance, which is going to Lindiwe Sisulu and Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma campaigns. Mkhize got 26%, which is 9% less than what he'd hoped for. The 17% would have voted for candidates other than Mkhize, and Ramaphosa is 12% higher than we expected. Cyril Ramaphosa got 57%, and that is with the benefits of incumbency. We believe that he has hit the ceiling. It cannot get better. In fact, it could get much less. That's our moment in current affairs, bringing us at 20 minutes now before 10 o'clock. And that's how we end the news for now. More to come as the time goes. Do stick around and don't